Hello guys, welcome back to another tutorial. So today I'm going to be showing you exactly how I pad my bustier or like any top at all that I'm going to be putting breast pads on. I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. So here I already have this bustier cut out. I already have like my bustier cut out, and then this white thing here, this is called a wadding. Those of us in Nigeria, we call it wadding. This particular one here is a soft wadding, and this other one here is the hard wadding. It can be also called a breast pad. Okay, this particular one here is the soft one, and this one right here is the hard one. Please don't mind the dark stains on it. It was like this when I bought it and I couldn't return it. So this right here is the hard wadding. I love using this one more than the soft wadding. So you can see, and this has a shiny part. They all have shiny parts. That shiny part is the gummy area. So this right here is a cloth stay. Okay, so if you see that white thing on my clothes, before you see my pad on it, it is this white thing here that looks more like a cloth. Okay, it's called a cloth stay. It helps to give the fabric more stability. So what I do is I go ahead to put my cloth stay on my fabric first before I go ahead to fuse in the breast pads. So make sure that you place your fabric onto the shiny part of your stay. Okay, onto the shiny part. The shiny part is where the gum is. So you can see I've gone ahead to place it, and I'm going ahead right now to iron it. I love to do it like this, and I just go ahead and trace it out with my scissors when I am done. So right now I'll just go ahead to cut this out following the shape of my centerpiece. So please make sure that you place this very well. If you are going to cut it out first before ironing, you want to make sure that you place your fabric, the back side is supposed to be facing the shiny parts, okay, before you go ahead and cut, just so you don't make mistakes. So this is it. I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, and then we are going to place the side pieces, iron it onto it also, and also cut it out so you can see what it is looking like at the back. And yeah, this is basically it. It helps to give this fabric more stability. Now these are the side pieces. I'm also going to go ahead and iron this right on top. So you see I am ironing it right on top. And you also want to be careful so that your iron is not going to catch this cloth stay. Okay, but even if it does, you can just go ahead and use scissors and scrape off the gum. All right, so now I am done. I'm just going to go ahead and trim this out. Then we are going to go ahead and cut our breast pads and also fuse it on it. So this right here is a cloth stay. There are different types of air stays or cloth stays. There are even the black ones. It has black color also, so anyone that you are using is okay. So you can see what it is looking like. Now let's go ahead and cut out our breast pads or our hard wadding, because I'm going to be using hard wadding. Now I'm going to be using my pen to illustrate this, okay, because this is for beginners. Okay, so I'm just going to use my pen to illustrate this. Now normally people that have already been sewing for a long time, you don't need to do this before they cut it. They already know where to start cutting and where to stop. But because this is for beginners, I'm going to show you. Now make sure that you nudge your underbust on your fabric. Remember, I always think nudge your underbust on your fabric. Okay, this will help you when you are fusing your parts. So you can see I went ahead to nudge it on my fabric. Okay, now this is an off shoulder bustier, okay, and I came down by 5 inches. So you can see I placed my tape rule from 5 inches down. I'm marking my bust point at 11 inches. So you can see 11 inches, that's my bust point right there, and 15 inches is my under bust. You can see. Then remember that when you come up by 2 inches, you will get your chest. So I love my parts to be starting from, or to start from, my chest and stop at my under bust. So you can see I just marked 9 inches, which is my chest. So when I'm fusing my pad or when I'm cutting it, I'm going to cut it from that chest part, and I'll try to follow the shape of this sweetheart neckline back to the chest part again. So you can see what I mean. Then that under bust, I'll just cut a straight line there at that under bust part. For this up part, I'm going to make you to follow that sweetheart neckline shape. Okay, now for the side pieces also, the breast parts are going to start from the chest and stop at the under bust. So I just placed my tape rule, 5 inches being the start. Then I'm marking my under bust right now at 15 inches, and I'm just marking my bust point at 11 inches. Then I'll go up by 2 inches for my chest, so my chest is at 9 inches. Now when I'm cutting this, I'll start from my chest line, follow the curve of that my side piece, and stop at my under bust line. Okay, now for the wideness of the pad, I am going to use 3 inches for this tutorial. Now I normally like to use 4 inches for myself because I'm on the Bustier side, but if you are not, or depending on how you are or how your client is, someone that is not so Bustier, you can make use of 3 inches. Okay, so for here, this tutorial, I'm going to be using 3 inches. So when I'm cutting this, it's going to be as wide as 3 inches. Okay, and it's going to start from my chest line down to my under bust. Okay, now let's go ahead and cut this out, and we are going to be starting from the center piece. All right, so go ahead and place your centerpiece on your wadding just like so. Then remember that you will start from your under bust and stop at your chest line. Okay, so you can see where my chest line is. I'm just showing that with my pen now. You can see my chest line up here, and my bust point, my under bust is just down there, so you can see I'm going to cut this and stop at that my chest part. Then I'm just going to go ahead and try to follow the shape of this sweetheart neckline. Okay, so that's basically how I cut it for the center piece. I'm going ahead to adjust this because I didn't really get the shape at the first try, so you see what it is looking like. Okay, that way when you stitch this together, it's not going to be bulky. You don't want it to come up above your chest line and just be bulky and everything. Okay, just at your chest line is okay, and that your under bust is okay. All right, then for the side piece also, I am going from my under bust all the way to my chest line. I'm going to stop there. Then remember, this is going to be 3 inches wide, so you can see where my pen stopped right there. I'm going to go ahead and cut it right there. Okay, so now when I turn this around, you see what it is looking like. All right, so it's going to make sure that it follows the curve of your side piece, and it starts from your chest line and stops at your under bust. Okay, and then you want to know, or you, from how busty you are or your client is, that's the way you know how wide, or you decide how wide you want it to be. Also, I'm going ahead to use this one to cut out for the other side of the side piece, since they are the same thing, of course. And when you are cutting this, please, you want to take note of that shiny part. The shiny part is the part that you are going to place on the fabric directly. That way, when you iron it, it gums. The shiny part is the gum. That shiny thing is the gum itself. So you want to place it in a way that the shiny part is facing the fabric directly, and when you iron this, it gums. Okay, so for ironing, I'm going to flip this like this again, because I like to iron from the front. Go ahead and flip this like so, arrange it properly. Then I'm just going to go ahead and iron this right on top. So I'm just showing you that this is the shiny part, okay, and it's facing the fabric directly. Then I'm just going to go ahead now and iron this out. So guys, I am done, and you can see what it is looking like. So this is it for the center piece and for the 2 side pieces. All right, so you can see what it is looking like. So yeah, that's basically it. So you can see that they all align at my chest line and at my under bust line. So this is how I fuse in my bust parts, and when I sew it in, it comes out very, very nice every time. Okay, now if you've watched my tutorial videos on how to make a princess dart or a bustier dart, you will know that I like to stitch from the down and work my way upwards. Okay, that also works for me every time. So if you're yet to see the tutorial, please do go and watch it. I'm going to leave the link down below. And that's it for this tutorial, guys. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Bye.